Opinions expressed on this show do not reflect that of the staff and management of WNOV and W293 CX 106.5 FM Courier Communications, Milwaukee, but are the sole comment.
I forgot those people are going to be coming.
Yeah. I'll mute when they come in. Good morning. Welcome to Community Voice. I'm your host, Keith Parris. I want to thank everybody for joining us this morning. Right, I saw you jamming to the music. See, I can't hear the music.
I was getting my Kenny B on, man.
Yo, who?
Pick up the pieces.
Good morning, Milwaukee. Again, broadcasting live from 2815 Studio from Studio 2815. Just so people know, just in case we are having some work done here in the house, there's a plumber coming in, so you hear a little noise. I'll try to mute it, when possible. So, good morning, Clark Kent. Hey, man, I'm with you, man. What up, Right Out?
What's up, Superintendent Bishop, Chairman of the Board? God bless you.
Yeah, and is Michelle still there?
Michelle is still in the building. Elvis has not left the building. She is here.
Hello, sir. The quality of your sound is amazing. Did you do something new?
It was all me.
Oh, it was all you?
Yes, it's the engineering there, That's why he's a super producer.
Hey, call me Jimmy Jam
you
and Terry
sound
Lewis.
so crisp. It sounds amazing.
Yeah, well, I'm using some better technology. Hey, I know y'all love me and everything, but stop helping me, okay?
Is there a problem?
Because I'm sitting up here listening, and Keith, and I'm just watching Keith, and he's just, oh my gosh. And I'm sitting up here going like, damn, is it that bad? I mean,
We was just saying that for the radio.
well, you know, it's funny. I was with the orthopedic on Monday, and part of it is the pain avoidance. So my balance, right? And I'm walking. He's looking so concerned when he's looking at me like, will I ever walk again normally? His bedside manner is just awful, man. Oh man, it's just awful. But I did have an
You are going to be okay
yesterday. Huh?
You are going to be okay though.
Well, I didn't get that indication from him, but I'm gonna trust in the Lord and feel like I'm feeling better. I mean, it's incremental. You know, the thing is when you're 26, how your body just recovers, responds, right? That ain't the case, man, when you're 67. You know, it's
Dang, you're 67?
No, actually, no.
See, them your them your homies.
Look at his I was just playing, man. I was just playing.
Yeah, because last time I checked, ain't you 60?
Not 67, not 65, not 60.
Yeah, but you're still 60.
Boy, not 62. None of that.
Man.
Oh, I was just playing, man.
Hey, but you know what? When I had my MRI yesterday, they had Pandora. And so you know, the cool thing was they said whatever you want to listen to. So man, when I was in the MRI, I was doing George Duke yesterday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it's all good. Well, anyway, thank you as always. Thank both of you. Michelle, you doing all right?
I have no complaints today.
And thank you for bringing up this thing about Black folks and the slave codes, which would not allow people to teach enslaved Africans how to swim because they could escape. But then Rhonda was telling me about when she was in Louisiana and how the pools were segregated. And when the Civil Rights Act was passed, what white folks did was they just drained the pools.
Some people actually poured concrete in the pools so that they were not usable. And, you know, so like we just don't really think about the historical, structural things, systemic things that were put in place. We just take it, you know, Black folks won't learn how to swim. Sisters don't want to get their hair wet.
Didn't Lester Maddox, was he the one that poured acid in the, had put water in, but Lester Maddox, who owned a motel. Uh-oh, what did I do there? Okay. I tell you, let me get in my private chat. Okay. All right. Yeah, man. So the historical piece on this is real important. And then we fast forward. A lot of schools with pools in it would have swimming lessons, but Black parents would opt out because they're worried about, you know, her hair getting messed up, you know?
Yeah.
And my best friend, his stepson, he drowned Lake Geneva. There's another young lady, I knew her son drowned. So, yeah, I think it's important. Rhonda was very good with the God kids, making sure they learned how to swim. Caitlin was the most difficult one because Caitlin didn't like water when she was little. You take Caitlin around a water fountain and she'd lose her mind. So the first time Rhonda took her to swimming lessons, Caitlin must have figured something out because they never really even got in the place real good. And Caitlin started clowning. What is the mall down in where is that Oak Brook? Where right across the street from Hamburger U down in Illinois? We went down there, we took Caitlin and we walked past this water fountain and Caitlin just went, ooh, she went nuts. So yeah, it's important that we teach our kids how to swim. And then here's the crazy thing. People throwing pool parties and nobody getting the pool.
Yeah, because you're there for the music and the sea. So you ain't.
Yeah, but why you doing a pool party?
Just call it a party with a pool.
Yeah, I don't even why you around the water. And then how many? I know we've had a couple of drownings where people have had those birthday parties
Yeah.
There's another young man that I know here. I don't know if I did his funeral or not. It was my cousin. Yeah. My cousin jumped in water, couldn't swim. He was a little inebriated. He ended up drowning. So, yeah, man.
Man,
It's
I
important.
had failed gym class, man, because I wouldn't
Go swimming.
Yeah, man. So they
Yeah,
so
a lot of people failed gym class because they were scared to swim.
Well, I wasn't scared to swim, man.
Was
You know, the mine was, man, though I spent $100-something on my Nuvi, and I didn't want to mess it up.
On your what?
On my Wave Nouveau, man. I had a Wave Nouveau, man. I was out here looking like Tubbs, man, from Miami Vice, man. I wasn't finna mess up my head.
No, I saw this young brother, man. He had some of the coldest waves. I said, dude, I'm gonna get seasick, man. Those waves were tight, man. Yeah. So anyway, welcome. Let me do this. Let me do a cleanup on aisle 4. Yesterday we were talking about the Iran what is it? Memorandum of Understanding. And Trump has been lying. He's always lying. So he was saying that the Obama administration had given them $150 billion. So let's just see what we're talking about. That is not what happened. As part of them signing the JCPOA, which was dealing with Iran's nuclear capabilities, the American government, because of sanctions, had basically unfrozen Iranian assets, right? So this money was actually Iran's money. So they said that the Obama administration did not give Iran direct U.S. payouts of $100 plus billion, as is sometimes claimed. Instead, the administration allowed Iran to access an estimated $50 billion to $100 billion in previously frozen Iranian assets and oil revenues. This is part of the 2015 Iran nuclear deal, formerly known as the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action. In addition, these unfrozen reserves, the U.S. and Iran settled a decades-old legal dispute. The Obama administration authorized a $1.7 billion cash settlement. So when you heard Trump talking about they loaded this money on the plane, actually what happened was, it says, because of strict international sanctions isolated Iran from the traditional banking systems, this $1.7 billion settlement was delivered via physical non-U.S. currency on wooden pallets flown to Tehran. So, that is what it was, and my understanding now is that amount of money that the U.S. government is going to give up is pretty much close to that currently now. So I just wanted to do that little cleanup. I know we were talking about it yesterday. I just wanted to be clear on the on the facts. Also, I don't know if anybody was paying attention. Oh, I didn't. Oh, let me do this. Let me do our spotlight artist of the day, Black Music Month. And our spotlight artist today is Gil Scott Heron. Gil Scott Heron. The revolution will not be televised. Johannesburg. What's the word? Johannesburg. Gil Scott Heron, an American jazz poet and singer. He was born on April 1st, 1949. His family was in Mississippi, and they ended up moving to Chicago. And he was just incredible. He enrolled at, I don't know if most people know this, there are 2 Lincoln universities that are HBCUs. There is a Lincoln University it's in Missouri. I don't know, it's in Columbia. But then there's also Lincoln University in Pennsylvania. And Gil Scott Heron went to Lincoln University in Pennsylvania. He ended up meeting his collaborator, Brian Jackson. They started a group called Black and Blue. And then the rest is history. And he ended up, again, the seminal song that everybody identifies him with is The Revolution Will Not Be Televised. And I think it's still a poignant, poignant, appropriate poem today, talking about the revolution and people certainly back in the 60s and 70s when revolutionary talk was real. So, so our spotlight artist for Black Music Month is Gil Scott Heron. And the revolution won't be televised, I was saying, but it could be on AM radio. So let me do this. I don't know if anybody has been following this. There's a young man who lost his life in Mississippi. His name is Cohen Wiley. I don't know if people have heard this story. His mom, they're at Walmart in Senatobia, Mississippi. Apparently or allegedly, his mom has stolen some Pampers from the Walmart. They call the police for shoplifting. They go to the car, and and then when the police pull up on them, the police allege that they drove towards them. They shot in the car, and they end up killing 1-year-old Cohen Wiley. Ben Crump is already on the scene in terms of people being able to people on well, if Ben Crump is there, they're getting ready to bring some action there. It's unfortunate. And then I'm thinking, is that an appropriate response to shoplifting?
No.
I mean, even if they did shoplift that, did someone lose their life because of that? That's crazy.
They were trying to say me that when they took off, that they drove towards the officer using.
Does that sound familiar?
Yeah, of course.
Didn't that happen in Minneapolis?
Yeah.
Allegedly, where the woman drove towards the officer.
But I find it hard because they gonna use this. Well, the officer had to use discretion on the when to use deadly force, and it's just for them to shoot into the car. It's crazy to me because you know who these people are. So why not just go to the house and arrest them?
Right. And then the other piece of it is you're on this packed parking lot. And I thought there were rules of engagement when officers are supposed to, discharge their firearms. Now, if that car was a danger, either to them or to the people on the parking lot. So again, we have not seen, supposedly the Mississippi Department of Justice is doing an investigation to see. I'm sure there's surveillance footage out there in terms of being able to record the incident. But a 1-year-old tragically lost his life. I mean, over some Pampers. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, that is unbelievable.
Wow,
that's crazy.
Unbelievable.
So that gonna make that department look real bad.
Yeah, and part of it is sending a message, right? That's what lynching is about. Lynching is about sending a message. And it's like, even if you think that you could shoplift Pampers, there's like zero tolerance. People rob banks, and not gotten shot like that. I mean, that's just crazy. And then you shoot into the car. So the car is driving. So I think there is one. They show footage, and it looked like there was one shot in the windshield, and then there on the side looks like that there was also a shot from the side. So it is being investigated. So keep saying his name, Cohen Wiley, 1 year old, man, over some Pampers. That's crazy, man. That's this is where we get to, and it's a Black life. And it's wow. They do something in insurance called actuaries. And actuaries take all these numbers to figure out, let's say, if you're going to do a payment, a settlement, what a person should get. If you go in and look, you will find, had that been a 1-year-old white kid, his family is stand to get more money,
of course,
than because of that 1-year-old Black kid. They talk about that on like plane crashes. You know, that's crazy, man. Got a caller?
Yes, sir.
Okay, caller, welcome to the program. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Cousin Kent, James.
What's going on, brother?
This is kind of off topic. So you're dealing with sciatica, right?
Yes, sir.
Like I've been dealing with mine for a minute, and I really don't know which way, to go. So do you have to have surgery? Is that why you had the MRI?
No, he's getting the MRI to see, where the pressure is, what's going on with the spinal cord.
Okay, because I think mine was caused because of I had herniated disc 3, 4, and 5.
Right.
And it's like I've been dealing with this pain so long, and I do not want surgery because I don't want them cutting on my spine at all.
Right.
I'm scared to go make a mistake. So, what are did he give you avenues that you can go to as far as dealing with it?
Right now, I'm doing physical therapy and exercises that they've given me from the physical therapist.
See, I did that though, but every time I do that, it'll help for like maybe 2 weeks, and then the pain will come back, and I'm tired of popping.
Yeah, you gotta, my brother, he pointed out, man, once you start the exercise regimen, you need to continue to do it. You do it every day. And so, yeah, it's the exercise trying to. He also noticed, though, when I did my X-ray, that there was some arthritis in the back. That's a separate issue.
I got that too.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, just trying to work through it, man, and understand that I'm not going to be up moving like I did prior to. Slowly build it, and yeah. So, and like I said, it's better. It's better. But I think part of that was I'm going like, man, they gave you the exercises, do the exercises. Stairs is still a problem. And if there's no railings there, then that's why. So one of the things is just a lot easier to do it from home than trying to do the stairs at WNOV at this point. So that's why I'm doing it from home.
Okay. I just thought I'd call up and ask. By the way, this is your camper that get your counselor name wrong.
Silverlands.
I get.
It's funny because
I call him wrong way.
See, you got jokes.
What is it?
I forget what is it, so I don't get it wrong. I'll be wanting to call you that, but I'll be like, I'm gonna call him wrong way.
It's ride out. Ride out.
Ride out. Okay. Ride out. Got it.
Wrong way.
Wrong way. Wrong way.
Wrong way. Streetcar, sidecar, wrong way. That's hilarious.
One way.
Hey, right out.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
I don't get my cousin name wrong though. I don't get my cousin name wrong.
Oh man.
But
Yeah, my camp name was Silverlands.
I don't know.
But right out.
My sciatica.
Yep.
See, we own you now. That was really a very intriguing question this morning.
Well, Keith, being at home by myself, I tend to ask myself questions that I feel like that the peoples need to hear. So,
Do the peoples feel the same way?
I don't know if the peoples feel the same way, but I figured I asked the question because I needed to know if I take care of chickens from birth and not care for them, do that make me a chicken tender? So, she went to the book and found out it does make me a chicken tenderizer.
Tenderizer.
Right. Hey, let's do this, man. I know I'm up on the break. I got a caller.
Dude, but we up on the break, so you can.
Yes, so why don't we do this, man? We can take a quick break. Caller, I'll grab you right after the break. You're listening to Community Voice, and we'll be right back.
started. We'll be here probably for a couple hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Voice on WNOV 860 AM and 106.5 FM with your host, Keith Parris.
Keith, hold on one second. You know, this is my, I wear it on my sleeve. Keith.
Yes, sir.
You know, somebody special just walked into the studio, right?
Okay.
And they got a bag full of WNOV hats, man. So, you know, before I tear him a whole one, I'm going to give him a hand clap because he brought the WNOV hats, and they look good. But the issue that I'm having, brother Apostle, Bishop, Chairman of the board, out of all of these hats that's in the bag, my hat is not in there. You want to know why? Because Big T walked out the house and forgot my hat.
Well, you can't win for losing, right?
Yeah, man, I can't win for losing. Or I can't lose for losing. However you want to put it.
Well, thanks, T. Thank you, man. Hey, somebody put in T put in the chat angel dust. Children, won't you listen? Talk about Gil Scott Heron.
Oh, I thought you was talking about something else.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you, dude.
So
I still have the caller.
Yeah.
Caller,
Say that again, Shell.
Welcome to the program.
Hold on, Keith. Hold on, Keith. Shell said something. What did you say, Shell?
I said, he basically said about your hat, too bad, so sad, on with the program. I got mine.
For those that's watching on YouTube, Clark, put the camera on Big T. He said, I'm gone.
I mean, Keith just kind of like didn't care that you didn't have your hat.
Yeah, I know. He didn't even care at all.
Because it's every man for himself.
Oh, you know what?
No.
No,
I got mine. Why would I care about him getting his? Come on.
You know what?
Real talk, man. That's
No,
the world we
I
live
got you.
in, man. You
Keith,
know?
next time you come,
real talk.
no. Next time he come and he walk past me, I'm gonna kick his cane. And then when he fall over, I'm gonna say, "Lord have mercy."
Every man for himself.
Every man for himself. No, but you got to call him, brother.
All right, appreciate you, caller. Welcome to the program.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is a sad case with the police officer who shot down into the car. Yes, they sent a message, but a lot of this comes from Black people being too nice. I don't know why they choose to do that. I mean, they know somebody can lie. Black people will say, "Oh, I just want to leave it alone," instead of suing them for everything they got. To the point when you drop dead, I want the maggots from the caskets that's nibbling on your bones. Matter of fact, I want your burial plot and the dirt around the casket. When police officers does something, "Oh, I want to see you go to jail." I don't want to see you go to jail because you're going to get 3 meals a day. And then you're still going to be able to see your family. I want to see you hung and set on fire. Okay? People say, "Oh, I just want you to give me it." I don't want you to give me nothing. I want you to hold your breath and die. Okay? It's not about hate because all white people are not bad. It is about principle. We are the only community, only black people that does that. They don't do that with them Jews. Only the black people. Oh, something happened. Oh, I'm going to read a Bible. No, I want to set the Bible on fire and put your ashes in it and feed it to a bunch of wild pigs like you did that boy down there in Florida when you put him on a postcard. Okay? Until black people start asking what's in their heart. Okay? If you do something catastrophic to my family, I will never forgive you. I wouldn't even forgive your God. Because you're a bastard. I want to see raw honey poured over your body and birds eat you away and carry your guts and the testes up to the sky. Now you're gonna be the closest to your God that you can be. But not black people. I'm so sorry. I want to hold your hand. I don't want to hold nothing from you. I don't even want to look at you. I don't care how you was raised. I want to celebrate that I can walk past and see that cemetery stone face engraved into that stone in the cemetery that ain't no good, where the water filled the casket with viruses and bacteria, and know that every day you will rot and nothing will come good. See, this is why I think sometimes black people should study voodoo and hoodoo. Cast a spell so they can bleed and rot through the mattress and stain the floor. But not black people. I forgive you. I don't want to forgive you for nothing. Even if you ran out of gas, I will go past you. But it always takes something catastrophic for you to put your racism aside. Now you want to be the bigger person. No, I want to watch you be chewed up by that alligator and defecated through his rectum. Because if it was me, you would say, throw me to the wolves. Absolutely not. And that's why we are where we are. You don't find this no odd they do it to the Jew? They don't do it to the Jew. Because they know not to afflict the Jew. Because the Jew use them like niggas too. And they still have no power. Yeah, they got white supremacy. But they still nothing but a digger to the Jew. But black people, y'all too kind. And that's why it keeps happening. And if anybody offended, be offended. Matter of fact, drink toilet water after you defecate in it. Have a good day. Oh my God.
Wow. Tell us how you really feel, Al.
No, but you know what though? Cheryl just made a point, and I want her to share that because that's what she just said.
I'm just saying, that same smoke that we got for that officer, have that same smoke for them parents. Because why you put your child in that situation in the first place? Right. Why you somewhere shoplifting and stealing with your baby, in tow? There was another one real quick, Keith, where this brother was on a high-speed chase in a van. And then they ended up having a rollover. 6-month-old baby flew out the window. Yeah. You on a high-speed chase with the police with a 6-month-old or some children in your car. So that same smoke, make sure you have it for the parents that's putting these kids and these adults that's putting these young people in these situations.
Very well said. Very well said.
Yeah, and I think and that's what makes the Carmela Anthony case so much more complicated. People are trying to simplify it and say it's a question of race and racism. I get all of that, but the question becomes, what is the appropriate response to either a perceived threat? And I use the word perceived purposely. So it becomes more complicated where people are in that situation and you're not going to get the same benefit of the doubt that somebody else is getting. So,
well, Keith, the whole issue though with this thing with this Carmela Anthony, it has now come out that he didn't bring a knife. It wasn't a knife that was in his bag. It was one of those tools that tighten up your cleats that he ended up reaching for. And me and Shell talked about this off of the air, and I feel exactly how she feels. I don't understand why they didn't allow that boy to testify, because the juror that was there in the courtroom, the stuff that she just came out and said, if he would have got on the stand, I think he probably would have got off, because she said from the video that boy fell on that sharp item and that he didn't stab her. So
The witness you're saying the juror?
A juror.
They saw a video.
Oh, okay.
Somebody have
Okay.
video.
Yeah, there's a lot of videos out.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is if he gets an appeal, and which he may, because he obviously didn't get the right representation.
Right.
So he may be able to go back and get a new situation. I got to ask you a question quickly though. Too. I know you wear glasses.
Yeah.
You far, near?
Far.
You have an issue with like your what's the peripheral vision?
Yeah.
You can't see on the side of you?
It's kind of blurry.
Okay. I was just asking.
Just turn around.
Because you'll see the hat sitting up there?
Yeah, I seen it. I didn't know it was mine though. Anybody seen it?
Nobody said you ain't seen it.
I did. It was on camera.
Oh, so pick it up once.
Lord Jesus, hold on. hold on.
I got you on.
Whining and
all that crying.
Why don't we go to commercial break so he can eat crow?
Hold on. Hey, put the camera on me.
It's already on you. It's already
Camera
on
on Big T.
You will kiss and make up. The camera went on you.
Do you feel part of the team right now?
Slow motion for clock. Can you do it? If it happened too fast, and now he gonna miss it.
Hey, Big T, I would like to say on behalf of all the peoples.
No, on your behalf. Everybody else was fine. It was you.
For everybody from the radio station, thank you for the hat. I appreciate it. I feel better now, man. My soul is happy.
Once again,
I think Keith was trying to go to break. Is he really trying to go to break?
Yeah,
No, I was just trying to help right out.
Yeah, I need to go to eat some crow, man. It is time for a break, so I can eat crow on this break.
All right, you're listening to Community Voice. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
WNOV 860 AM and 106.5 FM with your host, Keith Parris.
All right, welcome back. Caller, welcome to the program.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Good morning, fellas. How y'all doing?
Good. What's happening?
Advertising works. Everybody advertise with WNOV. Whatever business you have, advertise with NOV. So this is a funny story. You know the guy that just bought y'all the hat? Met him yesterday. So I'm riding around yesterday. I go to Dave's on 20. Is it Dave's? On 27th and North Avenue. What's the name? Tony's, I'm sorry.
Oh, Tony's.
Yeah, and I got some rib tips. But I didn't want coleslaw and French fries. I wanted some soul food sides. I'm going to go Coles on Tuesdays. And I didn't feel like driving all the way to Nino's because the streets are all tore up over there. And I definitely wasn't riding out to Brown Deer. So I've been driving past this restaurant on 76th and Burleigh. And I'm going to another soul food restaurant. So I said, well, WNOV is advertising. Let me stop in there. So I drove all the way up there to get me some greens and some yams and stuff.
Nice.
And I'm his brother is sitting there, and we struck up a conversation. And I said, yeah, I heard about this place. I've been driving by, but they've been advertising on WNOV, so I decided to stop in and check them out. And he said, well, I've been working down the street. I work construction. He said, you been here before? I said, no, this is my first time being here. So we struck up a conversation. He said, yeah, I heard about it. I've been this place also. And yeah, I've heard him on WNOV. I listen to WNOV too. And I said, well, he said, what's your name? And I said, you probably heard me on the radio. My name is George. And he started laughing. And he said, yeah, I'm the one bought some hats up there. And I said, oh, the hat that Michelle was fussing about that she didn't get done. He started laughing. And so you just never know who you're going to meet on a daily basis. Yeah. And I said, I haven't really called lately because everywhere I go now, everybody like, yeah, you be on the radio, you be on the radio. And I said, I'm going to have to give it a little break because I take them too much of their time. But that is so funny. And then I'm watching you guys on YouTube, and guess who's standing near Tony? That's his name.
Big T.
So I said, man, it is such a small world, man, that I just ran into this guy yesterday.
Hey, is that the guy we get our spices from?
It's Julie Mays. And so that's where we met at that new restaurant that advertises on y'all radio station, Julie Mays. So everybody that got businesses, come and advertise on WNOV. And I gotta say, their food is good. I got me some beans, greens, and yams yesterday to go with the rib tips I got from Tony's, and it was really good. So I'll be going back up there, and the people were nice, and so I'm going to be going back up there. And I just want to say something about swimming. All you guys know where Mesmer is, Mesmer High School.
Yeah.
Well, my parents moved over there, bought a house, and we moved over there in 1967 on my birthday, August 28th. We moved over there. We were the second black family over there. Once we got to knowing the white kids after a while, I went swimming with them to one of their peoples. And, they had those piers and stuff. Well, I didn't know how to swim, but I had ADHD, so I'm running around because he was throwing all his little cousins with the water, right? And when he came at me, my silly butt jumped off into the water, not knowing any better. I'm sinking, I'm going down. Somebody grabs me by my hand and pulls me up. Drowning hurts. Don't ever drown, it hurts because that water is rushing in your lungs and stuff. It hurts. This dude saved my life. I still talk to this one white guy. His parents are the only white people that still stayed on the block. As to now, Mrs. Binker passed away last year. He don't even remember that. He saved my life. I'm talking to you right now because Tracy Minger, the only word, I don't know what it was, it must have been the Lord. He took my hand and pulled me to the surface, and I just all this water's just not coming out of me. It is important that we teach our black young people how to swim. I'm here today talking to you right now because a white boy saw me drowning and pulled me up. And the remarkable thing, we was talking about this, he don't even remember that. So that's amazing. And y'all were talking about, and then I'm going to say this and I'm going to get off. I want people to know, because all this stuff that's going on between Iran and America. So I've been doing my research to find out, how did this start between us that they're not telling you? We started that. Meddling in their business, doing regime change. And it's been on ever since. So we started this mess, but we not telling America. They saying that they're the, but we started that mess with them. Twice getting in their business. But that's all I have to say, guys.
Yeah, and I think it was also Israel. And, Donald Trump being as malleable as he is, and certain people can make certain suggestions. People says the last person in the room with him, he thought that it would be the same as Venezuela. And there are two different animals. And I think the other thing is that, we don't get Al Jazeera here. And so then we really don't get it from the perspective of the other folks. It's always from the American perspective. So, I just, they put themselves in a real difficult situation. And so they're trying to get out from under it, because there's always these unintended consequences, right? You make this act, but then it could be 3 or 4 other things that will be impacted by that act. And so, we're talking about, somebody taking your kids, if you're in there, shoplifting Pampers. Well, that's the act, but then look at all of the, I think the word is ancillary and collateral impact that that act might have. So that's kind of where we are. That there are people there who, they don't always get it. Okay, do we have a caller or are we going to break?
We're going to break.
All right. You're listening to Community Voice. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back.
WNOV 860 AM and 106.5 FM with your host, Keith Parris.
All right. Welcome back. And as you know, Friday is Juneteenth Day. And as in conjunction with that, and then moving forward through the summer, we have the Summer Cultural Music Series. So we're joined in the studio by Mr. Fred Collier. What's up, Fred?
How you doing, baby?
I'm getting better, man. How you been?
Blessed and highly favored and grateful, brother.
All right. And so how many years have we been doing this?
The summer series, this is our 5th year.
Wow.
Yes, sir. It started out as a 2-year pilot and we 5 years in, man. So God is good.
And so Saturday will be the first in the series of concerts. Talk a little bit about that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we have this Saturday coming up. Just kicking us off. It's going to be great energy, great vibrations. We have WNOV. Y'all partnered up with us and y'all covering it. So that's a great thing. We also have DJ L Boogie, who's our house DJ, our resident DJ for the summer. He's rocking with us the whole time from 2 to 6 p.m. From 2 to 6 p.m. we're rocking. We have Deshae AG and his live band performing, kicking us off with the musical performances. We also have Ray Nitty and Good Noise. They're coming right behind Deshae AG with some real dope Caribbean and exciting energy vibes from him and his band. And then we have headlining Jamiah Rogers, a Chicago native that travels the world, that came up under Buddy Guy. And he's a phenomenal individual. The kid he's phenomenal. From the moment I saw him perform, from the moment we as a committee saw him perform in Chicago at Buddy Guy's Legends 5 years ago, he's just been amazing and he's grown so much. One quick story that he was playing the first time for us here and his guitar string broke. He was able to continue to play the guitar, put a new string on with his mouth. He tied it with his mouth, kept playing, and kept the whole vibe going in the midst of breaking the string and putting a new string on, man. The young man is phenomenal, man.
Hey, now this is not who's the guy that we've been trying to bring for the last 2 years and we lost because of weather.
This is the guy.
Yeah, that's what I know.
This is the guy. This is the guy, brother. This is the guy. He was ready last year, literally.
Last year, he was always up here. Then what was it, a thunderstorm?
Yeah, a thunderstorm, brother. He was literally about to walk on the stage right after Sean Henn performed. Right. He was literally about to walk on the stage, and the thunderstorm just came down.
Yeah, when I saw, I said, I think that's the same dude. It was 2 years in a row, right?
2 years in a row. Yes, sir. 2 years in a row. 2 years in a row.
It sounds like, based on the weather forecast, it's supposed to be very nice on Saturday.
Yes, sir.
So it sounds good. Someone had put in the chat, is there some place that people can go to get the entire summer lineup?
Yes, sir. They can go on the Northcott Juneteenth website. Everything will be uploaded as of today. The headliners are on there now, but they can get they'll be able to get the whole roster of performers after today.
And it's a good mix of both local folks and then folks coming from Chicago.
We have an artist coming from Argentina. We have a band coming from Florida. But yes, and even our hometown bands, they're international bands that have traveled all over the world and performed. It's a very good melting pot of phenomenal bands, man. For real, the entire summer, 11 Saturdays straight, starting June 20th.
All right, man. Boy, Ray Nitty.
Yes, sir. And good noise. We got to make sure we say good noise because that's
good noise. Yeah, and I love. He always talks about his West Indian roots.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that. Some of the other folks who's going to be performing this summer.
Yes, sir. Well, we have quite a few bands. We have Christopher's Project. We have Soul Serious. We have Love, Peace, and Soul. We have Mario Brown. We have Janine Holiday. We have Louisiana Al. We have New Blue and Carly's Guy. We have so many different bands. But today I want to make sure we touch because we have Ray Nitty on the phone right now. So if we can tap in with him, that'll be dope.
Okay. What up, Ray?
How y'all doing? How you doing? Good morning.
I'm doing good, man. How you been?
Man, I'm blessed. I can't complain. I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed.
So we're looking forward to what can people expect if they've never heard you and your group? What's your genre or genres of music?
What can people expect? And what would I consider the type of genre? I feel like I don't put myself in a specific genre because we touch so many wide ranges on the music spectrum. We touch from, dance music. I got bow, so we gonna do some dancing now. Then I do have my West Indian Caribbean roots, so I do a lot of music that is inspired by my West Indian St. Thomas roots. So we're going to get some Afro beats, some Afro Caribbean inspired sounds. Then we're going to get some uplifting stuff as well. I got a song called Ceasefire I typically like to perform because it's fitting for the climate that we're in. And then, we got some love songs as well. And we might got some heartbreaks, but it's just an up and down because everybody got a story, and we just want to, put some good vibes out there that makes people feel like, oh man, this was an amazing event.
This your first time?
This will actually be my second year. I did it last year.
Okay.
And had a good time, man. So I'm looking forward to doing it again this year and then bringing some even more energy with the Good Noise crew.
So what's your band composed of? When you say Good Noise, what is that?
So typically, Good Noise is essentially myself, DJ New Styles, Mike Evans on the drum. Sometimes we have D Will on the keys. And it's really just a collective of artists that come together and put some good noise out there. It might be some different folks in there. And, sometimes it might just be me, Mike Evans, and DJ New Styles making some good noise. Sometimes it might just be me and New Styles. But, Good Noise is more of a movement instead of a band, right? It's a brand and a movement. And it's just encouraging people to put some positive vibrations out in the world. Make some good noise instead of just all the negative noise that we do here. Let's silence that negative noise and raise some good noise, whatever that could be. Like, you can be rejoicing for Jesus. That's some good noise. You could be screaming happy birthday to somebody that made it past 18. That's great noise. So that's just what we really want to do. We want to combat the negative noises that's going on and put some good vibrations out into the atmosphere and world.
Hey Fred, somebody put in the chat. They said, I saw coolers. She said, are we able to bring tabletop grills?
You know what? That's good. I felt like I seen somebody grilling out there last time.
Okay.
I saw somebody grilling.
Yeah, but they wasn't grilling inside the actual parking lot. Yeah, you can bring outside of the gate. There's a line. Sometimes we have food trucks that line up, but then we have other individuals with businesses that actually line up outside of the fence and they set up their food and they set up their grills and things like that. So it's first come, first serve. So you definitely can come and do that. If you are going to be selling things, you definitely would want to have your permit and that kind of stuff, just so everything is legally how it needs to be. But there are vendors out there that will be selling food. And as far as the coolers go, you definitely want to bring your coolers because it will be hot. So you want to bring your waters and, your juices and things like that. Eli's Lemonade will definitely be on deck, providing lemonade for everyone that comes to check out the bands, courtesy of Northcott Neighborhood House and courtesy of Eli's Lemonade. So yes.
That's your son, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, he is. Yes, it is.
How old is he now, man?
He's 11 now. He's had his business for 8 years.
Yeah, I know.
He had his business for 3 years since he was 8.
Right, because he brought in samples, man.
Yes. We haven't been able to make any yet. As I was telling Jermaine, he's gonna start making the lemonade tomorrow. So when I come back for other interviews this summer, we'll definitely have gifts for the team.
Man, appreciate it.
No doubt, brother, for sure. We'll have it on deck all summer long, for sure.
Appreciate you, man. So again, that's the Summer Cultural Music Series. It runs from June 20th until
August 29th. And August 29th is our gospel edition.
Okay. Yeah, then last year, who was your gospel headliner last year? Was
Anthony McGahee?
Anthony McGahee.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God.
They performed very well, definitely.
Oh, dude, they what? They're national.
Oh my God, they
and their professionalism, and oh my God, man, he has done a phenomenal job with that group, creating their sound. But like I said, the professionalism is it's off the chain, man.
100%. I totally agree.
Okay, so is there a website again? People get the lineup for the summer?
Yes, sir. You can go on Northcott Neighborhood House Juneteenth's website. Yes, sir. And you can get all the information on Juneteenth and the summer series right on that one spot.
All right, man. Appreciate you, Ray. Always good talking with you, man.
Well, hey, Fred.
Yes.
People ask,
yes, sir.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you. I'm sorry.
Who's that?
Yeah, go. What you got, Clark?
Oh no, I was gonna say people ask could they bring their coolers and grills and stuff.
Yeah, I asked that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I hear that.
Yes, sir.
I stepped out. My
apologies. Because people bring
them coolers in there,
you
man.
can bring your cooler, but just make sure, as we said last summer, keep it low.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering when we go get to that disclaimer.
Keep it low. Keep it low. We got to make sure it's a family-friendly event, y'all.
Mr. Fred Collier, Mr. Ray Nitty, the 5th annual Summer Cultural Music Series happening at Rose Park kicks off this Saturday at 2 p.m. Man, appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir,
you.
All right.
All right.
You're
brother.
listening to Community Voice. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
What you trying to clean? Put it back in. Fuck is mad up. Watch this.
We're good?
.860 AM and 106.5 FM with your host, Keith Parris.
All right, welcome back to Community Voice. And this was supposed to happen in the first segment, but we have with us via Zoom, Mr. Jamiah Rogers. What's happening, man?
How you doing, boss? How y'all doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I was when I saw the name because we spoke before, and I said that's the brother that called weather 2 years in a row. Coming to Milwaukee.
2 years in a row, definitely.
Yeah. So what's happening? How you been, man?
I can't complain. I've just been maintaining and pressing on to see what the end gonna be. That's all.
So what are some of the things you've been doing here lately?
Well, actually, I'm on break right now. I just stepped out of class because I'm in barber school right now. I'm in Larry Barber College right now. That's something on the side. But other than that, my music stuff, I got a project coming out. We pretty much mapping out in the middle of August. I have a full original project coming out called Southside Stories, and that's one of the main things. Don't want to tell too much.
I always ask the different artists and musicians who are some of your influences. So who are some of their influences? So who are some of your influences?
My current influences, just like new day to this day, like Isaiah Sharkey. I love Jubu Smith. I love the band Legally Blind. That's where he come from. And just to throw some names out there: Albert King, BB King, Freddie King, Jimi Hendrix, Bob Marley, Funkadelic, Bootsy Collins, James Brown, everything, all of it. If it sounds good, turn it up.
Southside.
Yes, sir. All day long. Come on.
And now, it's funny because when you really hear, we talk about the blues, certainly gospel music down in Chicago, but really a strong Mississippi influence, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, your folks from Mississippi?
I don't have folks. You asked if I have folks in Mississippi?
Yeah, your folks originally from Mississippi.
Yeah, my bad. It was breaking up a little bit, but no, I got folks in Arkansas. I don't really have.
Okay.
I can be safe to say that I should have a couple cousins in Mississippi, but I know most of my main family is in Arkansas, so I would say we kind of cousins.
You paid homage to some great blues greats. How important is it that we keep the blues alive? I know that now you got Southern soul, but I'm just talking about pure blues. How important is that?
I heard the question, how is it to keep the blues alive?
Yes, sir.
It is imperative. The word comes to my mind, imperative. It is dire. It is firsthand in the music industry, if any, in the music educational system, in the music spiritual realm of where we come from in our internal place of playing. It is that important. Blues music alive. Blues. It's the root. I love what Bobby Rush say when he talk about the blues. He said blues is the root music. Blues is the root music of pretty much any genre. And if you don't like the root, you don't like the blues, you probably don't like your mama. That's what Bobby Rush said.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, and when I sit up and I think about just all the influences that goes into what we're doing in terms of blues, but there's a lot of Africa in blues, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because there's a young man I interviewed right prior to you, Ray Nitty. His folks is from St. Thomas in the Caribbean, but a lot of it is still us holding on to our African roots. Obviously, our drums, but even that sound, I think, is really African.
I would say it has a great African quality because of the consistency in the drum beat. I can say that is definitely one of the greatest qualities we can compare, you know what I'm saying, and make that comparison into it. I love African music. I love drums. I love Jamaican music. I ain't gonna try to name. Matter of fact, it is a particular artist named Weedy Brown that plays the djembe, but he is also an expanded artist that uses, you know what I'm saying, other musicians and other, you know what I'm saying, sounds in his music. And comparing that to blues, the consistency, the uniformity in it, you know what I mean? It's what it is. So I can see where you're coming from with that, and I would totally agree with it.
So what can folks expect Saturday?
Dirty church. Dirty church. I can't put it. You can't really define what Mr. definitely attests to. You know what I mean? Seeing multiple occasions and multiple times.
Yes,
I can bring, you know, anything, but what they can expect is the real thing. That's what I say. The real thing. Less than the real thing.
You know, when you think about that, man, I think about, because I know you mentioned Parliament Funkadelic, but man, it felt like you went to church when you went to a Funkadelic concert. You know, after a while, especially you begin to hear all the vocals, the background vocals, all those things, man. All right, man. Well, appreciate you, man. Dirty Church. That boy, we learn something every day on Community Voice. Dirty Church.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Before we tap out, I just want to say this. You asked him what can we expect? I'm gonna tell you like this. It's gonna be spiritual. Whenever I see Jamiah perform, it's a spiritual moment. That's a fact. You know, so just get ready. You know, definitely put your seatbelts on, because it's gonna be something you ain't never seen before. You know, I want to say that, and I also want to give a shout out to the people that put this together, that it wouldn't happen if it wasn't for them. So Northcott Neighborhood House, without them, it wouldn't happen. Beta Philanthropies, 100%. Without their sponsorship, it wouldn't happen. TMJ4 is another sponsor of ours, you know, and Team Loyalty Entertainment is the curator of the actual event. But Team Loyalty wouldn't be involved if it wasn't for Northcott and the grace of God. So I just want to put that out there. Everyone come out starting Saturday, June 20th. From 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. We running every single Saturday through August the 29th, and we're going to close out with a gospel edition concert. Just come out, check it out. It's beautiful vibes. It's free, no money. You don't have to pay any money to come check it out. Just bring your chairs, bring your coolers, keep them low, bring that good vibration, and just come hang out with us. It's a family event right in our community, right at Clinton Rose Park, the old Garfield Park. Right at the stomping grounds, the holy grail of our community, right in the Harambe area. So definitely come out and check us out and enjoy yourself.
All right, appreciate you, man. Mr. Jamiah Rogers, Mr. Fred Collier again.
Yes,
that is the Summer Cultural Series. It starts this Saturday, man. Appreciate you, brothers.
Appreciate y'all. Can't wait to be there.
Thank you, Jamiah. Thank you, family.
Yeah.
Let's pray, God.
Hey, you listen to Community Voice?
Yeah.
Yes. You listen to Community Voice. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back.
With your host, Keith Parris.
All right, welcome back. We got a few minutes left in the program. Yeah, that should be. I guess I should ask you privately, but all the bands that they have, and even we be sleeping on some of the local talent that we have here.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I went out one time and I was pleasantly surprised. I was going like, right, I got a tight little band there.
Yeah, man. I mean, a lot of people sleep on the talent here until you make it big, and then after that, then you become their cousins. You know, that's my cousin, and this and that. Well, I wasn't your cousin before. Now I'm your cousin now because you see me on TV. But no, it's a lot of great bands here, man. Bruce City, Alex Julie and them cats, man, them cats are bananas, man. You know, you have Cigarette Break, of course, and a lot of good bands, man. You know, Big Duke and his band, Duke in the Experience. I think that's the name of his band. And on the gospel side, you got a lot of great bands here too that don't get the recognition. But you know, like you said, AM PM, awesome choir. And there's a lot of other good groups like Russell Smith and his group Inspiration, and you know, it's a lot of good groups here, man.
Well, that's the cool thing about, you know, like I said, the music here. A lot of times you go and you go like, wow, man, they from here. Yeah, and I guess we should be now. You know, people come from Chicago. Obviously, Chicago is a big city, and so you know, just so many more people. So you're going to have much more talent in terms of that. But, you know, it's funny how where we come from, you know, our Southern roots influence what the music sounds like, you know, when you're in a given area. And it was, that South Side, you know, the blues is really Chicago. You know, blues weren't that big in New York and places like that. But Chicago, man, you know, and I think a lot of it was just because there were so many people up there from Mississippi, Alabama, Arkansas, and you know, you bring the music up like the people like from Louisiana. What is that called? Zydeco?
Zydeco, yeah.
All right, man. So, boy, you the parade is tomorrow, right?
Friday.
Yeah,
Friday. And you know, and I think for everybody that's out there, you know, come on by and say hi to the
no, not the Juneteenth parade. No, that's Friday.
Oh, you talking about the championship parade?
Yeah.
Hey, did you see that this championship has done so much craziness that you have churches in New York singing Jay-Z and Alicia Keys' song doing service? Congregation standing up singing.
I saw Hezekiah Walker. He had on like a Knicks jersey.
Yeah, man. They going nuts with this New York Knicks victory. Of course, it's been 53 years, and you know, and then another 50 years. You know, some people.
Yeah, we know the feeling. You know, exactly. You know, it was 50 years. You know, yeah. So I mean, shout out New York. People already want to know. They go. I'm always amazed at how you can win one championship, and people want to think that you're gonna be a dynasty. How you win one championship? You know, I mean, it's like OKC. It's the dynasty. They won in the finals this year.
Well, and that was only because of injuries. But if they didn't have injuries, I think they would have been in the finals.
Well, but that's my point. It's hard to just declare. You know, that I think what was the last dynasty we probably had was what, Golden State?
Lakers.
No, Golden State.
No, well, yeah, Golden State won with 3 championships.
3, yeah.
Man, I think a dynasty.
Was it 3 and 4 years?
Yeah, I think a dynasty is 4, ain't it? Hello?
Yep.
No, I was saying, man, I think a dynasty is 4, but I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Hopefully it rains in New York on tomorrow.
It looks like that's how
Hope it rains in New York. Man, I want it to rain in New York, man. Well, in order for them to get flowers, they need rain. Yeah, man, right. I wanted San Antonio to win so bad, man. It says now, man, just with these videos coming out, man, like with these New York Knicks fans, man, they so rude, man. This is just crazy. Like, you already won. So why is all of this, all of this crazy language like F Wimby and all this other stuff, man? Like, come on, man. Like, you won it.
Well, there's New York fans, man.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inside that wall.
Okay. All right. Phone lines open. We got a few minutes left. 414-444-5250. 414-444-5250. Yeah, going after Wimby, man. And I think that's really kind of unfair when you think about what this guy's been able to do in such good morning, Martha. In such a short amount of time. I mean, it's what was gonna and then and I was telling I was talking to Debo, the old West Side caught on fire.
Yeah, man. I saw it, man. I'm just wondering now, this building been sitting for years, and is it even occupied?
No, man, anybody been in that building since I want to say the 90s.
So I have a question. So if it's been standing all this time since the 90s and haven't caught on fire, and we've had thunderstorms come through, I mean lightning that struck kind of low. So why all of a sudden that this building catch on fire and there's no electricity and no people?
Somebody probably went in and just set it on fire. Obviously somebody set it on fire. I don't know.
Somebody said it. Yeah.
Set it on fire. But and then the question I have is, are they going to raise that building? And then if they do raise that building, who's going to be responsible for the cost of raising that building? So it looked like they had it pretty well contained.
So do the city own that building?
I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. But anyway, yeah. It's the Trump effect. Anything goes. I don't know what George means by that. All I know is the only game they lost to the playoffs was the one he showed up for.
Oh, yeah. Well, again, and they was like 46 and 0 or something with something that I saw the stat.
It was running 13-0 in the playoffs.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean it's I was and I started watching it, man, and I turned away from it, but Messi had 3 goals last night.
Man, listen, man, I've been watching these soccer matches, man, and I do have to say they are very interesting, man. Very interesting, very entertaining. And it's like, for me, man, I just love sports. So, man, I've been watching the college baseball series and watching these games, soccer games, man. Yeah, Oklahoma. What was Oklahoma? One of them squads.
Ronda saw him playing in Miami.
Really?
Yep.
At the new soccer arena, whatever they call it.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, it's man. Boy, we're okay.
It was 700 vanilla or something. It was maybe another 200.
They got to do it today.
So, Keith, you got 2 calls. 5 minutes.
Oh, I got 5 minutes. Got a caller?
You got 5.
I got 5. Yeah, Rev, we got 5. You got a caller?
Yes, sir.
Caller, welcome to the program.
What I meant by that, my brother, is that he can say anything, do anything, act any way. And to me, it's just spreading. I know you saw when he called Obama yesterday a stupid son of a bitch.
He called Obama that?
Yeah, he called Obama a stupid son of a bitch yesterday about this Iran stuff, talking about he made a better deal. Nobody could do it better than him. And it's
someone said he didn't call Obama that. He said that Iran.
He called Obama a stupid son of a bitch. I was just watching it on TV.
Okay.
Go look it up.
Okay. Well, I just think that,
and it's just that people just gonna go and buck wild. It's just like, okay, if the decorum starts at the top, and if they feel like, hey, well, if he can do all this, why I can't do it? And it's just people just going buck wild.
Yes, he did call him that.
He did.
Yeah.
But that ain't the first time. You know, look at what he just called ladies fat and piggies and all kind of stuff and shut up. And he's the leader of the country. He's supposed to set a tone for all of us. And if he's acting like that, and children are watching him, and young people are watching him, like man, if he can do that, why I can't do that?
And
so to me, it's just a spreading effect. That's what I meant by that, Keith.
That's very, very disrespectful, man.
Very disrespectful.
So then, though, you like,
and then the dude called Michelle Obama a man, and he didn't say nothing. And nobody in the White House has condemned it. We posted pictures of them being apes. You know, it's just, but they want the Democrats to tune it down, turn it down.
So wait, so you have? They said, well, Trump's speech. He said he used the word, but then now they're spinning and saying that Iranians called Obama a stupid son of a bee.
No, they didn't.
No,
it can't. Look. I know it's got to be on video because I just got finished watching it.
Yeah.
And nobody checks him. Nobody says anything. They just sit up there, let him act stupid. That's what I meant by that, Keith.
Okay.
Well.
Oh, and I told y'all guys, if anybody could beat them, it was gonna be New York. Remember when I told y'all that? And I'm glad they beat them. I watched every game, and I'm not.
I think Boston could have beat them.
Those referees were missing some obvious calls. I mean, a lot of those calls, I don't even know how they didn't see that stuff. Jimmy should have been out the game a long time ago. At least missed one game.
Well, to tell you the truth, that game that New York won, that other guard that came from New Orleans went back court, and they didn't call that because if they would have called that, New York wouldn't have won.
No, but it was a foul before that, right?
No, actually, he stepped back court first.
No, but the rule is everything has to be across the line.
I know, but hold on.
All right, y'all.
Both of his feet was passed, and the ball was coming past when
everything has to be in the front court. You got everything. You can have the ball. Your body can be in the back court. The ball can be in the front court, but it's not a violation until everything is in the front court, and then you go back into the back because that's what people.
What? Okay. So Keith, he didn't call Obama that. He said that Iranians said that Obama is a stupid son of a bee. So Trump didn't call him that. He said that Iranians called him that. Don't know how true that is neither because he lied about everything. But
right, I mean, and who did he have the conversation with where he heard that? So I mean, that's oh man, boy, another day on the farm.
Right. So you got another caller? You can take this caller or we can bow out.
I'll take the call real quick. Caller, welcome to the program.
Hey, Keith, I'll let you know. One book, read Queer, Sinister Things. It's written before that word queer had sexual overtones. About Iran. It changed my approach because up until then I'd only heard the side that we interfered. Now I see it like France interfered with the British Empire when they helped the USA. Most of that was not democratically elected. He did not rule democratically. He was a very bad tyrant, and he destroyed the economy, and the people wanted him out. And the Shah was not kicked out. It was a constitutional monarchy. So they didn't kick him out, and the U.S. and Britain did not have a big hand. It's sort of like France in the USA. So it's just read Queer, Sinister Things, and you'll see something completely different. And there's all kinds of information about that. Type it in. Just ask, what are the alternative points of view? Was most of that as democratically elected as people think?
Yeah, but I don't know if it's for us to say how anybody should form their government in their country, right? If they choose not to have democracy,
interfered with the British Empire in America.
Right. So if they choose not to have democracy, I mean, I understand. You know, I mean, it's your choice, because you know we have issues in this country with the whole concept of democracy. So I'm not cool. Well, hey, John, good hearing your voice, man. I got to wrap it up. Hey, let me thank Mr. Fred Collier. Let me thank Mr. Ray Nitty. Let me thank Mr. Jamiah Rogers. Clark Kent, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Mr. Rideout, thank you.
Bishop.
Michelle, thank you. Debo, thank you. We thank everybody who's been listening. Hey, y'all, the good Lord willing, creek don't rise. Hope to talk to everybody tomorrow. And as always, go from this place in peace.